Hey everyone, Nicola Light here, remembering you back into your light. It's been an interesting journey actually, that through working with many people, I found that there are certain blocks within the system um, that are quite prevalent in many people's energetic fields. And so I wanted to come on a little bit of a journey with you to sort of just show you all the different types of blocks that I'm going to share in this video. Don't know how that's going to play out. I haven't got anything in my mind. I just sort of feel the need to sort of share this intelligence of information from my perspective, what is sort of being shown within the physical body. Um, in the journey of it all is that I've sort of worked with sort of Reiki energy first of all, when you sort of bring the energy in. Then I did some crystal healing, and then I was sort of bringing energy up. There's sort of the pranic healing, Kabbalistic, a little bit of injections of those bits and pieces were just like a little workshop that I attended, so I didn't do the full course, but it just gave me sort of an understanding of, okay, so you can pull energy out, yeah, you can actually sort of release that, yes, you put it up into a, into a little bin somehow. So I had this sort of information come forward from outward sources. And then as I sort of worked on my own inner journey, I discovered within my own healing journey, which a healer is somebody that has healed their own um, process into a sense of mastery, into igniting the inner wisdom within. But what is it that stops people from moving from that place of mind into igniting the inner wisdom? So I really want to sort of like pick at that subject with my whiteboard and sort of see if I can get some light codes to come forward, the remembrance light codes. So if you know my work, this will sort of assist the remembrance of how it all works. So all the other videos, go check all of that information. If you're quite new to my channel, I've just actually just sort of just been sort of milling through the whole journey and sort of bringing it here on my channel about, how I've evolved through it. So go check out all of the other playlists, light language transmissions, all that beautiful stuff, and also indeed my Patreon, where you can get some more information, exclusive information, some sort of back end information, and extra light codes, etc. So go check that out, as well as my Udemy course, which holds an awful lot of information on there about light language itself, if you want to ignite and remember, understand, and all that wonderful stuff. So we're going to get into the video. As I was talking, I remember something, so I had to stop the video to write it down. I'm really very authentic in the way, I'm very truthful. The ego comes in and starts to prod me. So during these sort of types of videos, if I sort of stop starting and I'm a bit like, it's because I'm going beyond my greater knowing. So there might be something that comes forward, or it might be co-created, or it might be something that the ego kicks in on. So just bear with me with the way that I work. And it'd be really good for you to sort of have this sort of, okay, so if Nicola does that, get yourself a whiteboard, get yourself a pen and paper, and start to actually look at and then push through your wisdom, allow it to come forward, and then you can start to sort of work out the reality and where you are, so you self analyze your journey, and then that's where your inner wisdom can start to come in. So it's been a practice that you'll see through the videos, of how I've worked and evolved through this whole understanding of the reality. So I say understanding is mind, understanding is the ignition of wisdom, which is your intuition. So I'm just going to take a deep breath. So I plug in to my higher self, setting the intention that everything that comes forward is of the light, and it is for you to receive any light codes that come forward to assist you with your remembrance also. Okay, that bakiata ta anakiata. So I do hope that the sound is okay for you also. Yeah, it is. That kiamara garaba. Jotsu kurabate nemisi bakiata. So on many of the videos, I sort of talk about all different types of dimensions and realms of understanding, and that we know that there is the chakra system, the central column of light that runs through the body, the outer energetic field. So we're going to start there by popping a little lovely figurine, my beautiful artwork that comes up on my videos, which is a wonderful picture of a wonderful human being standing upon the earth. Okay, Bakayota. So I hope you can see that well enough. Let me just turn around a little bit. Okay. Okay, yeah. If we look at that, there's the central column of light and this energetic field that's just to be taken. The main things that I have seen recently, and definitely recently, is the blocking of the spine. There are many different levels of blocks that are held within the energetic field. I want to sort of start with the outer reaches, which is the quantum. So within the quantum field, which is through all time and space, the individuality of the person that stands upon the earth is a multi-dimensional perspective of being. Within the quantum, there is a bleed through all time and space. So the subject matter is about what blocks you. The most common things which I have found, and many, I'm sure you would have, would you understand this already, is the perspective of incarnations. Okay. Incarnations to me, which I've sort of spoke about in the last video that was posted, is about the karmic looping systems, and that's what I call a karmic looping system, is a distorted illusionary field of having to come back because of a programming, a belief system held within your structure, your energetic field, that is the game that you're playing, which basically has a beginning and an end. So go check that particular video out. Knowing me, I do tend to forget to link up, so just go back to the next date of videos, and that talks about the release, and that was the 8th of April video. Okay, done. So quantum field is all time and space. Incarnation is to do with a looping system, a belief system that you have to come back. But the evolution of the soul's journey is to rise through the journey of being upon the earth. But it's basically been a little bit hijacked in that the energy that is running through us isn't at its optimum speed. When we come in as a starseed light worker, or however you want to sort of see it be, is that we come in with a different template, and the template that is within our understanding of is that what we signed up for. So we sign up in our original entering the game. This is going to be this is this, this is this. I want prosperity, I want da 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 da. So you have a little tick box here of a contract that you enter into, and you've got all these boxes, and you tick them off, and you go like, yeah, I'll have a bit of that. I'm going to go and play Heaven on Earth. So we say, okay, I want to play Heaven on Earth. That's Haven. So Heaven on Earth, that's really weird. Why can't I spell? Anyway, so we're going to play Heaven on Earth. You put in this, and this is the original. Okay, so original template. Yeah, I'm going to go and play Heaven on Earth. I'm going to be prosperous. I'm going to go travel. I'm going to do this. La 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 la. Ba 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 ba. But what happens is that you get into this system, and then there's this looping system, incarnational looping system. Got like, okay, so you've got a lesson. Have you? No, don't. You're coming down from a higher realm of understanding. You're coming down into the system to play the game of what does it feel like. But in the system, there's this systematic loop or infinite incarnation of upsy downsies, of insy outsies, which is this: knowing thyself in the centre of the dosh, and then the infinity symbol. But playing the game Earth is the original heaven on earth. It is positive light, interaction with light being to light being that have chosen to come down with an original template of being. You play your original, I play mine. Duality sits with, oh, I see you, there's a dual person opposite me that allows me to enter into a light experience of heaven on earth. Whereas the hijack system is the light and the dark. The indoctrination of humanity that it's been placed into the system is basically duality is light and dark. It's not. It never was supposed to be. This is what my light is showing me, in that along the way the whole thing got a bit corrupted, and the system then turned out to be lower dimensional, and the energy gets then siphoned off. So go check that video as I was speaking about. The energy gets siphoned off, and yeah, and then what you do is you go back up, and then you go like, no, you go back down again because you got a lot of lessons. Oh, you go, let's go down and have all of our trauma. Let's go and have a little bit of abuse. Let's go down and experience all of this, shall we? No, that is not really what we're supposed to do. We've been hijacked into the system of having this within our mind's eye, our programming, our spirituality hijack. False light has told us, you come down and you learn your lessons. Would you really, really, really want to learn a lesson about murder? Would you really want to be a victim? Would you really want to experience the density of darkness? The soul entrapment with this game, process of game, has created that experience. Duality never should have been that. Duality is not yin yang. Duality is flow and form. Duality is I am and you are. That is duality. It is not about dark or light. It is about the transcendence of mind and this program system to let you out of the system without going back into the incarnational loop. That's that. So my role, my mission was to come in, to ignite myself, to remember who I was, so that I can then assist you into your rise, so you know who you are, so you don't have to go and come in and play that game anymore. Don't have to play the game anymore. But as we're here, might as well play very nicely. But don't get sucked into the blocks that anchor you into the game of incarnation. There are many souls upon the planet that I align to because I know who you are. And when somebody comes on a call with me, they say, I know you, Nicola, I know you. It's because there is a soul contract between you and I for me to come in and assist you to wake up so that you can wake up others. Because we got a little bit trapped down here. We got trapped in the dimensional shift of this incarnational looping system. So a little bit of a rescue mission, you could say. Many of us we're just going like, oh, I'm gonna miss it. Yeah, Earth rescue mission. Come and get some of your Palladian aspects of self that come down to play, and then they got a bit trapped. So we say, okay, we're going to come down. We're going to go and assist all those people to remember who they are because they're stuck in a freaking incarnational looping system. The rise of humanity is that the rise of the vibration back to its original template. That's it. That's my perspective. You may hold something different. Absolutely fine. Whatever you feel is how you feel. What I feel is what I am presenting. Okay, and this is what I'm rising into. Is that inner wisdom is where it gives you your freedom. The key thing for my own, what is it does Nicola want, is actually freedom. And it's total freedom in every left, right, centre, upside down, inside out in this. The inverted matrix exists and we are playing the game with it. But remember, it's inversion. The inversion should never have happened. It should have been the way it should have been. It's not hell on earth, it's heaven on earth. It is the creation of that assists you to rise through the process of knowing that it's not a bad thing that we're experiencing it. It's just a sticky experience. But saying that you actually signed up for, having somebody in your family that was murdered, or going through an absolutely horrific situation, having abuse in a relationship, would you actually say that you joined up this humanity uprising to experience that? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't, as a soul, choose to come down and experience that. It's hijacked. It's no more. It's up for the rise. You know who you are, and you rise through the journey of it. The block that keeps you here is an outward force, and it's entrapping moments of time that keeps a soul trapped in time and space, and so that you cannot fulfill your oneness because there is an entrapment of you in this pocket. So time and space, soul fragmentation. In the fall of the experience of the incarnational looping systems, we have trauma that is experienced potentially through a horrific traumatic death. And many light workers, starseeds, to wake up find it very difficult because they're working through a sense of fear. If you'd have had an incarnation where you were hung, drawn, quartered, set on fire, drowned, you would have that energy within your system, and a part of you would have been left in a time pocket of now. This soul fragmentation can be in this field of energy and within the quantum field in a multi-dimensional aspect. Now, there was a playlist that I did a little while back. I wonder if I can link that to that, but go searching. It was to do with multidimensionality, and that was talking about soul fragmentation. I also talk about that in my Udemy course, which is about reclaiming back soul fragmentation. And if you're on a shamanic journey, you may also sort of have that intelligence. So it's looking at things from different angles here. Okay, thank you. So it is about the retrieval of the soul fragmentation that would release a block. And it is to integrate it in, and we breathe in that with intention to receive it. And it comes in like stickiness, particles, grittiness. It will clear the throat as you bring in that aspect of yourself and you embody it. You bring it right down to your root. You breathe it in into the embodied state, right down the spine. Okay, right down to the base, right down the hips and into the feet. Done. So that's a particular block that will stop you into your oneness. Alamakionta da alakionta o vorbatene mesubakionta alakionta a kale isin makiatam. If we look at incarnations and traumatic death systems from experience, it may be within an incarnational looping system, and it may be from an ancestral embodied DNA structure of what does it feel to be Nicola in the body. So not only is it soul fragmentation, which is the soul, but it is the DNA structure that holds a sense of trauma. So this is all trauma. And within the trauma that it is the block, that is the ballast, with which is what we're healing through, is to release that within the body. And I talk about this all the time, I've spoken about it for many years, is that within your deep cellular structure, within your joints, within your bones, all of it. You hold DNA. You hold it's an energy structure of form. And it's sort of shown like this sort of thing, but it's energetic. It's not physical. It's an energetic signature of a blueprint which is distorted. It's a shutdown system of 2 strands from 12 strands. So what we basically want to do is we want to ignite the DNA structure back into the 12 stranded. Could you imagine how powerful you would be if you ignite all of your 12 strands? I don't know the ins and outs of it with strands and all of this sort of technological cool things. All I'm saying is what I've seen. And I want to give it to you. I want to show you the way of how I see things when I work with people that shut down the system, that you cannot then come into oneness because you've got a block in the quantum field, or you've got a block in the embodied state. We must release the energy from the body so that we can shift into the light and remember who you are. Remember the original template of being and come back into sovereignty. Reclaim your light and boom shakalaka, there you go. I'm bringing it all in. There's no need to protect ourselves. It is a distortion of a false light that has told us this. It's about keeping us small and suppressing us in love light. Spirituality really needs to have a rocket up their arses, because as soon as you start to embody all of that, excuse the language, all of that love light stuff, you're going to cap yourself. And that's the next step of the evolution of actually capping off that energy that runs through you. It's siphoned off and it's not pretty and it's not nice, and I don't like it. I'm a bit of a warrior at heart, and I want you to all rise. And this information's coming through thick and fast, and my ego is starting to go, she said arses. Da, la masia bagionto to uvand e quala asa bagionto da ali bisimakiatam. So within this video for you right now, here in this space of time, I want you just to look at those particular features. Soul fragmentation in the quantum field, and also the DNA structure of the physical body. I'm going to stop this video for now for my YouTube members, and I'm going to continue this onto my Patreon. So if you want to join me there for the full video, that's for all of my Patreons from all the tier 1 up. So yeah, join me on there. Otherwise, it's so lovely seeing you today. I will bring in the second part of this playlist, but I'm just going to explore this a little bit deeper into that particular part of the video. So until then, I'll see you on the next part for the playlist of why are you blocked in your incarnational looping system. Check all the links below and join me on the next video or check back. I'm going now, so I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone.